Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 27th of November to the 3rd of December 2023. So we start the week with the full moon of 4 degrees Gemini, and this is with the Sun and Mars opposite at 2 and 4 degrees Sagittarius. So Gemini and Sagittarius are opposites, and it's often a really good way to start learning astrology is to look at the 6 pairs of opposites rather than each sign separately. So the full moon brings things to a fullness, sometimes to a completion or sometimes to reflection. And in the signs of Gemini and Sagittarius, that's often to do with the lower mind and the higher mind, receiving messages, delivering messages, and considering where we receive our thoughts and inspiration from and how we communicate out to the wider world. So Gemini is the processing mind and Sagittarius is more the distilled mind, where we've taken the journey to collect the information and then we distill that into getting to the point, into a direct message, into wisdom. So that's the tone beginning this week, looking at our mind and our wisdom, our inspiration, our communication, and can we master the mind and really get to the heart or hearth fire of the truth. There's not much else happening this week. We've got Mercury moving into Capricorn on the 1st of December, getting ready to retrograde on the 13th, so we'll be covering that as it comes up. But we are in the first phase of Mercury retrograde, which is eyes and ears open, observation, listening, and seeing if any themes come up in our lives that we can then make integral changes within ourselves during the retrograde to rise up more aware and more expanded afterwards. But as this is the last full moon of the year, if you consider the year beginning at the winter solstice, then I thought because there's not much activity going on this week, it might be good to have a reflective over the last year and consider what the main themes have been for each of the signs. So starting with Aries and opposite Libra, we've had the nodes in those signs. And while this is often less personal and more to do with the collective, as the nodes pass over any of your personal planets, they can actually bring challenges and breakthroughs as a result. So for 18 months the nodes will be moving. North node Aries, South node Libra, and your journey this year really has been self-knowledge and self-wisdom, self-expansion, self-awareness. As to your purpose, considering past lives as well, because sometimes we can have a thread that's running over lifetimes, and the South node can feel like our comfort zone, a challenge that we've met in the past, but that we're happy to go back into that comfortable territory, whereas the North node is getting out of our comfort zone and stepping up to the challenge, challenging ourselves and having breakthroughs. So most of the energy for Aries and Libra this year has been to do with purpose, direction, finding your passion and excitement, and being brave enough to dance to the beat of your own drum, stepping out of the mundane view of life, survival, going round and round on a wheel, and actually stopping to look at what your real sense of purpose and direction is, and that can only really be felt. So purpose and direction, a big theme. If you're Aries or Libra, you can look back and see what the last 12 months has actually brought to your awareness in those areas. Independence, identity, and how that can change our relationships with others as well, because the stronger we are in ourselves, the better our relating with others will be. Taurus and Scorpio have had the eclipses this year, and with Uranus taking a tour through Taurus, there's a longer theme, a 7-year theme of deconditioning the heart, being free to live from your heart space, the liberation that presence can bring, and getting comfortable with self-love and worthiness, following your heart, trusting your feelings, and freeing yourselves from habitual limiting behaviour when it comes to self and others and relationships. Scorpio will have had that reflected, but also had quite an intense last couple of weeks as the Sun and other planets went through Scorpio with the eclipses to really do some alchemical work to see what's lurking around in the darkness, to focus on deep motivations, to bring everything up to the light for cleansing, and to raise the power from base to crown. Gemini and Sagittarius are in the limelight right now with the full moon in Gemini and the next new moon in Sagittarius. But Gemini have had some other nuances this year, as they always do with the Mercury retrogrades. Doesn't matter what sign Mercury retrogrades in, as the ruler of Gemini, that will be happening somewhere in your chart. So the Mercury retrogrades are always really important for people with strong Gemini in their chart to observe, whether it's in your sign or not. The ability to change your mind, the space that a sense of humour and some flexibility can bring. Being able to observe interactions with others and things coming from the outside as representations and messengers, guiding you to greater self-mastery. And both Gemini and Sagittarius always focused on a journey of information and expansion, constantly growing. Cancer and Capricorn's year has been dominated by Pluto, who's about to leave Capricorn. And Pluto takes 16 years to go through a sign. So you're looking back over a longer period of time to where you've really found your centre, found your power, where systems and structures, beliefs and behaviours that are no longer serving you need to be broken down so that you can break free and get ready for the new energy that's coming in. The classic themes of Cancer and Capricorn are the home and the workplace, the family backgrounds, family psychology, and in the workplace, more the mountain that we're climbing and the goals that we're setting, and how reward or punishment seems to be mirrored back to us in the outside world. So both of those signs are getting ready to let go of a view of hard work or hardship by changing perspective, realising your freedom to be who you want to be while still acknowledging your place in the group, but letting go of certain traditions, paradigms that tell you that you should fit in, or you should try hard, or you should climb that hill. So a gentler year for those two signs, but very deep undertone, getting ready to break free of limiting beliefs and walk your own path. Leo and Aquarius. We started the year with Pluto in Aquarius. That gave us a heads up as to the energy that's coming, and Aquarians are more than ready to embrace the changes that are coming in 2024. But over the summer we had Venus retrograde in Leo, which brought a bit more personal energy in, taking us to the heart of what we truly care about, rearranging our relationships, boosting our creativity, and giving us permission to shine as our unique vibrational selves. Virgo and Pisces, there was a very strong Mercury retrograde in Virgo, and Mercury also rules Virgo. So around September time there was lots of introspection there, and Virgo's job is to let go of service to things that don't serve us, the idea that we're not valid unless we're serving, taking things to a level of higher service, and to reevaluate the use of our valuable time and energy, not just being busy and doing for the sake of it. While opposite in Pisces, we've had a long journey of ruling planet Neptune, tuning us into our spiritual side, our cellular knowledge, our inner compass, and our awareness of soul self rather than struggling human self. So it's always a lovely axis, that one, when we're born into this mental physical paradigm of you have to work hard and you have to struggle and you have to reach out and you have to do this, and Pisces opposite, saying no, it's all about being. It's all about realising that you're a multi-lifetime soul and that your purpose in life will probably be found on the soul level rather than mundane achievements. So that's a quick whistle-stop tour through the 12 signs by considering them as pairs. But over the next couple of weeks, as the moon is waning, it's a good idea to have a reflection, to have a look back to where you've been, the journey that you've walked, and what you're ready to let go of in order to prepare for some very electric energies that are on their way in by the end of January. We can go back and we can have a look. What have I learnt? What inspiration have I received? What messages? What realizations? And what wisdom have I gained as a result of taking the journey of the last 12 months? Because by taking just the seed of awareness forwards but not carrying the baggage of the emotional experience, by taking something that's happened and learning from it, what was the point of this? That's how we can travel light. We're not supposed to take our past and drag it all the way into the future. So as we head towards the winter solstice and the rebirth of the light, with the energy here in Gemini and Sagittarius, go back and look at the journey that you've walked, what you've learned, what the meaning of that is, aligning us to our purpose and our passion, liberation and right use of our energy, and placing it, if you can, in your chart where this is all happening for you according to the houses and your home planets. So a few dark weeks ahead yet in terms of sunlight. Still got a chance to go in, have a reflection, start to let go once we get the message, so that we can be reborn at the winter solstice into a new cycle, fresh, light and raring to go. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available for readings, courses and coaching, and I also have gift vouchers available if you'd like to give somebody a reading or a course. You can contact me, zoehind7@gmail.com, and I post these videos on my YouTube, Zoeastro, Instagram, zoehind7, and Facebook, AstroZoe. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.